Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along. And for Marianne and Lena who are feeling the cold, come north. You're more than welcome to join me in this singlet weather that we're having up here. Okay, entertainment only. What I want to have a look at. Well, first of all, I just want to mention, as pointed out by a couple of my beautiful viewers, in regards to my video of the other day of the universe clearing the decks. The co-alleged fraudster who was acquitted for lynch also passed away a couple of days ago in a genuine car accident. So he wasn't taken out. So, yeah, the universe is having a bit of a clean-up there. Clean up on aisle 45. I also noticed that Andrew Tate, Andrew who? Andrew Tate in Romania was arrested again and is now under house arrest as new allegations are being investigated. So couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is I want to ask, I got a hit last night. Don't know what I was doing, but I just wanted to have a look to see whether there was going to be a Trump insanity intervention. So an intervention where basically he said, uh, please, Mr. President, come this way and try this jacket, this white jacket on, if you get what I mean. So I want to have a look. So what happened is that, well, nothing's really happened. I just got this feels that I need to have a read on it. But what's happened recently, boy oh boy, didn't Barack Obama do a fabulous mic drop when he was going, oh, the crowd sizes, with the hand movements. Oh, what's with those hand movements? And apparently, so Trump had a rally recently in North Carolina, I believe, ranting on about how it was a sellout audience. It held 400 people. So he had a crowd of 400 people behind his bulletproof perspex. And then apparently he had an interview on Fox and Friends where it was one of those usual softball interviews where one of the hosts on Fox and Friends was ranting to Trump about what do you have to say about all the lies they're saying at the DNC about you? Seriously, what? But then Trump went completely off the rails to the point where Fox and Friends actually had to cut away and put a disclaimer up. So when the lies and the rants are so bad that your friendly interviewer has to interrupt and cut away and correct what you're saying, things are pretty bad. So I want to have a look. I'm going using my Trip and Wait tarot. So it's almost like a health reading for Trump today. I don't know whether I held that up. I better hold that up again just in case. If you're a Trump supporter, don't even bother leaving a comment because all that does is feed my channel and you will be blocked. But let's have a look. I do have to chuckle how but every video I put out gets the guaranteed um, two thumbs down. Yeah, there's two of you trolls out there, I know, and you just automatically thumbs down. Yeah, whatever. If you engage, you're helping the algorithm. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Will there be a Trump insanity intervention? Now, I keep getting there's going to be some sort of an emotional breakdown for him. I feel it's going to be genuine, but there's still also the vascular issue in play as well. So it's not an either or. Let's have a look. Will there be Trump insanity intervention? Will there be some sort of mental health intervention? Thank you. You prefer that question. Will there be a mental health intervention? Oh, that's a big yes. Huge yes. The guru. It's in this deck. It's the Hierophant in this deck. Yeah, I'm going to say medical. The guru, the Hierophant is about the higher institutions, the government, the legal system, the Pope type thing of the church, but also the medical profession. And it's a yes, 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 yes. Challenged by trying to defend himself. So Trump will not go voluntarily. I'm just going to put it that way. But if you have a look at the figure here, he's got two odd shoes on his feet. His eyes have got that crazy glaze over them. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, but he's not going to go willingly. Okay. Foundation of this reading, find himself out in the cold. Will there be an intervention? This is very much, fives are about challenges and obstacles. It is about the Five of Pentacles is very much, well, Pentacles are health. They can be wealth, they can be opportunities, but they're also health. So you've got these figures here looking desolate outside this facility of health. Vulnerable. Uh, it just has an awful feeling about that. You've got the facility of health where he can get treatment, but he's out. The foundation at the moment is he's out in the destitution of the on the streets type thing. So not basically he's not seeking medical help, and he's going to fight against it. In the past, we have the Ten of Pentacles. It is the end of a cycle. In the past, the baton gets passed to the new generation. The older folk sit by the wayside and contemplate their navels as their legacy is passed on. It is in the past. Goodness me. Okay, crowning this reading, we've got move the Chariot. Okay, thank you. Chariot has multiple reasons. For those that are meanings, like all the cards do, those that have followed me for a while know that I do not read reversals. My very, very first mentor, gosh, what would that be? That would be 30 years ago, told me that there are enough negative cards in the deck to get the message across, but also the fact that my guides, my spirits, will tell me which way to read a card from just looking at the card. And this card is very much about the Chariot can be movement forward, but you've got the two sphinxes here carved from stone, so it's stopped. So it feels like forward momentum, but it's not, which causes feeling of chaos. You've got the balance here at the front, but the balance is not moving forward. So I'm going to say stuck in a chaotic loop is what I'm getting from that card. Oh, youchy, youchy. Immediate future. Is there going to be some sort of mental health intervention? I'm going to say yes. A significant ending of a cycle and a new beginning as the king is trampled underfoot. So we've got big yes, yes. I'm going to say yes with that too. End of cycle, new beginning. Externally, as the messaging becomes more and more chaotic, unable to, I'm just going to say unable, the word I'm getting is justified, unable to be justified. I think what they're trying to get at is unable to be excused. Is that what I'm still getting the word justified. So very much like Fox and Friends cutting away. His messaging as he tries to to labour towards this end goal is just going to become more difficult to carry forward and more well, the word I'm getting is unruly. That's a really interesting word. But you get what I'm meaning there. So externally, internally, he thinks it's all hunky-dory. Rah, 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 listen to me, aren't I wonderful? But in the background, you've got the figures walking away. So he thinks the message he's putting out there is all light and sunshine, but he's going to be losing supporters hand over fist. If you can hear a dog barking, it's the neighbour's dog. Um, JFK, I'm going to say the JFK endorsement. JFK basically offered to both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party to, I'll give you my support if you give me a position in your administration. And the Harris Waltz ticket said, "Oh, please go away." Trump said, "Yeah, sure." So therefore, RFK is rumoured to put his support behind the Trump campaign. Now, I'm just going to say, RFK, his supporters were supporting him because they couldn't stomach the thought of supporting Trump. They were after an alternative, and there was no way they were going to vote blue. They're not going to vote for Trump. They will just simply not vote. Even if RFK comes out, he's going to be perceived as a cop-out, as a sellout. This may even be Trump joining forces with RFK and saying, "Aren't we wonderful?" And what's happening is RFK supporters are just going, "Oh, yeah, no." It's a bit like Nikki Haley supporters for Harris. The messaging, he thinks it's internally he thinks it's all fabulous, but externally it's very obvious that it's not. So will there be a mental health intervention? The Temperance card, again, another yes card in the hopes and fears, trying to bring balance, restore balance, but it's also pouring from cup to cup, which can be a imbalance that needs to be restored. Outcome. Well, yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. Yes, I do think there is. The mental health, mental ill health, the star card, the healing card, the undeniable Ace of Wands big stick card, as he becomes more and more exposed. Ugh, not very pleasant. And yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. His confusion is going to become more apparent. There is going to be an offer put to him to perhaps get an assessment or an assessment in regards to this confusion. But I think there may even be a legal ruling in regards to this. A legal ruling. It might come around sooner rather than later. It's going to be quite a volatile message that comes forward, but emotionally walking away. We've got the Empress. She can be my Russia card, but she can also be the expansion of something, bringing forth an increase. It can also be powerful feminine energy of nurturing. The health professionals behind the scenes discussing what to do. A decision needs to be made because he's hitting this sort of energy. Again, a decision that needs to be made because he's just getting worse with that Five of Cups. I'm feeling that yes, there will be what I'm getting from those cards is yes, there will be, but by crikey, he will fight it all the way. So just poker shuffle those back in. I can't do them one by one like David from Cherry by the Bay does. There's just too many. If I poker shuffle for all times, let's have a look. Show me Trump's house. Oh, you can hear some toenails scratching on the floor. That is my dog Spot heading over to his bed. He was lying under the table here. Show me Trump's health decline. Show me Trump's health. Show me Trump's health. How's it going at the moment? How is it going at the moment? Show me Trump's health. Show me Trump's health. You want those ones? Okay. Come on down. Right, we've got here the smug merchant. Be careful what you wish for. Cups all lined up in a row, but it is one of the wishes. Let's see where this goes. Trump's health is emotional. His emotional health. We've got the star of hope and healing. This side is the what's happening in the here and now. This side is going into the future. Okay. He thinks he's got it all lined up. He thinks he's still in great health. He thinks he's still a star, or this could be because it's in the challenge position. His star is falling. At the foundation, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles being about health for me while I'm doing this reading. It's a messaging being brought forward but stalled. So it's keeping the message stalled. In the past, we've got, it is the Happy Families card, but it's also the voter, the voting in the past. It's also emotional completion of a cycle. Let's see where this goes, crowning the reading. Well, I keep feeling it's going to happen around the Michonne's New York sentencing. The Justice card here, the Sword of Truth has been drawn. Scales are there. It may also be the fact, the scales being Libra, the fact of the rise of the Harris Waltz ticket and the reality of such. I'm feeling it's around the Michonne sentencing. Here we've got the Emperor, Trump himself in the immediate future, how he perceives himself as the in control, but the patches, I'm drawn to the patches on his pants. He thinks he's in control, he thinks he's all that and a cup of tea, to quote Linda G, but he's not. It's sort of a false perception of himself. Externally, big stick moment, new plan, new messaging that comes forward. Externally for him, I don't think the decision is going to be his own. And we have a lot of negative headlines internally or just very swift action. I'm getting he's going to do a really garbled, like really, really garbled. If you think it's bad at the moment, wait till what comes out after this in regards to the sentencing. Asking about his health. Karma finally arriving and biting him on the backside. Something unexpected out of left field in regards to his emotional health. The devil on his shoulder, the addiction, the Lovers card, being some sort of contract. And I'm drawn to the dark clouds here in regards to, okay, I'm getting Ronnie. Ronnie, what's his name? Ronnie Jackson? but being overseen. Okay. Not going to go willingly, but then we've got the action being taken, the truth, and then we've got the death card again. Not literal death, just significant ending, as there is a harsh truth that cannot be denied. And then we have the swords through the heart, the potential vascular event, and then we've got the doctors again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I just feel there's going to be an intervention here. Not going to go willingly though. On the base, we've got the rah, 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 rah again. A difficult decision needs to be made. Information will be brought forward that will bring about bringing the ship into a safe harbour, but this is very much the information is brought forward to bring about a completion of something. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it there. I feel that the mental health breakdown will occur before the vascular event, but the two are not exclusive, and I just get that there's going to be an intervention. He's just going to go. I just feel it's going to be public. We'll leave it like that. You know what I'm talking about. I just feel it's going to be just completely, there's going to be a hole in the bottom of his bag of marbles, and it's going to be really public, and there will be an intervention that he will fight against. And then we will have the vascular event occurring afterwards. Okay. I've said for 2 years now, I don't see him making it to the election. Let's see how it plays because we're getting awfully darn close. Love to you all. Take care. Bye bye.